radiant.
And it's very interesting, MK. You know, whenever you say samba and then surfing, I wouldn't even think about it as a retreat, but apparently our guests later, they're going to be sharing with us how combining these activities together with their other friend who's not going to be with us today, however, is still part of their trio, which is yoga. It's an amazing, amazing way to really, you know, detox, relax, rejuvenate, and yeah, and we're going to hear more about it later.
Yeah, because yoga is needed after the rigorous Latino samba dancing. And then if you want to have more fresh air and feel the sea and nature, surfing, of course, is so nicely combined too. You know, I don't know how to surf, but maybe all you have to do, is that the standing surfing or is that the hugging the surf?
Hugging the surf.
I know how to hug the surf and I can surf that way. Okay.
Are you talking about the laundry detergent?
Not the surf. So that's our other topic while waiting for our guest, of course. Yeah, that's the topic of being beautiful in the body. Of course, it comes up with mind because yoga also it relaxes the mind. And of course the spirit, you know, you get in touch. The beauty of the nature when you're doing all those exercises by the sea is you really appreciate how beautiful nature is and where it's coming from. So it's connection with the co-creator also.
Exactly.
All right, so how about let's talk about what's up, what's new. Last Wednesday you attended a place where there was a lady from Israel. Well, she's not Israeli, but she said she's French, but she's a Kabbalist.
Yeah.
And she said something about the future of the country.
Exactly. You know, I have seen, you know, in personal individual astrology charts, because I did one like 2 years ago, but of course I cannot read that because there's so many, like for me it's math. There's so many numbers there. But then last Wednesday, she actually did present something very interesting, which is the astrology chart of the Philippines. And apparently, you know, Philippines is a Gemini, which is an air sign, which means, you know, we love information, we love to be the first to get hold of information, we also are very social, you know, beings, and that's why she says we're the #1 in social media, which is true, of course, right? All those who love, you know, to hang out at Facebook, you can actually agree with her. And at the same time, she also mentioned that, you know, for the leadership of the country, it's very, very important that we have someone with an earth sign. And for those of you who are familiar with astrology,
So not an airbender, an earthbender.
I am Earth. We are Earth.
Just joking.
Actually, everyone here at the station are all earth signs. You know, we have a Capricorn in the room, 2 Tauruses. And you know what, Effie, I was just you know, really tickled pink when she mentioned that 40% of all the dictators are actually Taurus, 60% are, of course, you know, no, Aries. I don't know. I think Aries, yeah, from the fire sign. Yes.
Who is the Taurus? Who's that?
The Taurus.
What about the Taurus?
Virgo, Taurus. I mean the Earth sign. The Earth sign are Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn.
But you said there was a percentage about Taurus.
Yeah. So 60% of world dictators are from the sign of Aries, or fire, the fire
and
sign.
40% are Taurus.
Like Hitler. I think Hitler was an Aries.
So that's what I'm married to, a Taurus dictator.
No,
Aries. Aries. How about the Taurus? How many percentage of Taurus?
So she mentioned that 40% of the world dictators are from the Earth sign, particularly Taurus.
But 60% is from the Aries side.
From the side of the fire sign.
Fire element. I think if I'm not mistaken,
The firebenders.
this German
You don't want to mention
Hitler
it.
was an Aryan.
There you go.
And Queen Elizabeth's Taurus.
Yeah, so I mean,
But she's not a
going
dictator.
back to the invitation, I mean, this is actually very new for me too. You know, when I choose a candidate, I rarely actually, you know, be curious about their birth dates. Now I am. You know, it's like, okay, the country needs a stable leader, and then, you know, all of a sudden people are giving us information about who are the earth signs. You know, I'm not going to mention any names right now, right? Anyway, Facebook is filled with all of those information about who are earth sign, who are air sign. And so that was the invitation of that Kabbalah astrologer that, because our country is actually facing a huge change. You know, MK, that in 1.5 months, the country is going to face again the same planetary position that it was originally when the country was declared independent last June 12, 1898.
Oh, I thought it was just Christmas.
Because
Exact
I think so,
planetary
because
position.
with the situation that we have now, I'm not prejudging, but the way I see it personally, my
Oh.
opinion, it's like there's a division, diba? And as we know, the country is so divided. With having presidential candidates of 100 plus, that must be something. What does it tell you? Because when Ninoy was 6 years ago, there was only one big choice, him and the other one, right? And it was unanimous. But this time, when you ask people on the street, even the laymen or executives, they say, I don't know yet. We'll see.
And so many people are inspired to register to vote, which is actually a very good sign, I think.
Yeah, I hope it's a good sign that this time finally we're not going to lose. We will not shortchange our one and only freedom to choose. You know, because I heard somewhere else, everywhere, that even the people in the provinces will say how much. If you say vote for me and they say how much, you know. So I hope that this time we'll really ponder and pray about it, what president or what leaders we're going to vote, because it will the money that they're gonna give is just good for a month maybe to eat, or maybe a week only to eat. But if you and then you'll suffer for the rest of 6 years again. But if you choose the real good leaders this time, I mean, you might not eat until it comes out, but you will have a better chance of eradicating poverty in our country. Yes.
And I really appreciate what you're saying, MK, because I came from a generation of the Generation X. I grew up in the 70s, and in our family, the culture is whatever the head of the family dictates, or not really dictates, but offers as an invitation, to support the candidate, the whole lineup of that party list, you have to support. It's like, okay, Papa already said, vote for all these people. You're like, are you gonna go against? Maybe one or two, but afterwards, he's still a very strong influence. Who's really the head of the family.
Yeah. So talking about that, I was really we wanted to talk about actually what are the things that a leader should do for the country. The last time we were talking about, even before the race came about, isn't it? We were talking about what are the characters and principles and values of a president or a leader should do.
I remember
But this time we're gonna talk about what are the things that the country needs that the leader should think about. So we will start about food production. Maybe being a CEO, Sir Bjorn Martinov, who has coached a lot of executives. What can you say about food? What can you
like from
suggest?
a country perspective?
Yeah,
I know
for
maybe,
production of long-term food security.
Yeah, so I think food security is very important. In most European countries, when you look at their policies in terms of food, it has more of a long-term view. The country has to be self-sustaining or able to self-sustain just in case of an emergency, a catastrophe, or maybe even a war, where food supplies from the outside may be cut off, right? And so to them, it's very important to sustain food production within, such that if such a calamity would happen, or even a war, that facility is available right away, and it doesn't have to be revved up first, to make food production happen. So it's important to sustain farmers because they're the lifeblood of our countries, really.
Yeah, and that's the basic need: food, water, and air.
And so that's why much of farming is actually subsidized in Europe, because the actual prices of food doesn't always justify the farming itself, because prices are so much lower than what the farmers need to earn in order to survive. So they subsidize them because they don't just want the farmers to quit and go work for in some office or so, because they want to maintain food production. Very important.
I like that. Let's go back to the saying that our farmers are not the one that really earns more than that, but it's the agents who will put it into the market. I like it because
the middleman, the middleman.
Yeah, because it says here, for a long-term food security and sustainability, one good thing that a leader could do is perhaps to create private sector, to create more factories for the production first of basic commodities, like milk, cooking oil, noodles, coffee, and other items found in the daily table. But as what you were saying, supplies will be directly channeled to the consumers. So if I am a farmer, and I make it as my career and my business.
Yes.
I
And
think,
it's a very good career. It's a very good
yes,
business.
especially apparently in England,
Yeah.
if you're a gentleman farmer, even the government will pay you.
Yes, of
Extra.
course. You don't have to be a gentleman farmer. You can
Yeah.
just be a regular farmer.
But I
And
call
be a
it-
gentlewoman.
And
Yeah.
you will receive help from the government to sustain your farming practices, maybe even to modernize.
And they will
them.
help you.
You know,
to
you see so
modernize-
much rice being dried on the road with all this pollution and dust sprayed all over it, and the powder of the dog poop blowing all over it, right? It's like, it's not really hygienic, or is it even appetizing to think about that this is still happening in the country. So I think the government can support that very much in terms of also cleanliness, hygiene, and overall health, because there are eventually people eating this stuff and may even be affected health-wise. So.
And maybe your child is the one eating it, you know?
Yeah,
In school.
exactly. Not just in school, everywhere, anywhere.
Okay, before we welcome our guests, so don't you agree, Bjorn and Vicky, that supplies from the farmers themselves is better when they're directly channeled to the consumers, so they can become self-sustaining and no longer dependent on the importation of products that we could produce locally?
And that's why it's good to buy from farmers markets, because you kind of support the farmers, because they can charge a little more than they can charge the middleman, who then posts it on the market or then puts it in the supermarket.
Correct.
You know, so
And they should remove all these corruption practices, even in agriculture. Don't you know that?
I'm not aware of that, but
No, I mean like
maybe corruption's present everywhere. I don't know.
like a farmer, for example, right? I have these goods, and then they already stop you from there, and then get it from you at a low price, and then they're the one who's gonna make more money when they put it in.
Yeah, or
the
they
consumers.
import it for at a lower price from abroad, which doesn't support the locals. We need to, even if we do import, we still need to support the locals so that their livelihood remains sustainable.
Yeah.
It's really important.
But when we import things, you can have double the importation tax plus the price you want to give, and then for the other investors to bring in their food. But that's good. So it will generate employment and significantly reduce the prices of basic commodities if they do that, right? If a farmer is self-sustained and directly will give his products to the consumers, directly, not via anybody. All right, because there'll be cartels and like that, you know. And of course, for our second topic of the day for later, we already have our guest here. You have
Busy
to introduce them,
texting,
Vicky.
Inviting people to listen to us.
Oh, good.
Introduce them.
Text some more. Text some more.
So I'm very, very excited to have two beautiful, I'm not just going to call them mothers, but really they're also amazing friends. So let's start first with
Even though one of them doesn't look much older than 12. You know?
I think Denise also doesn't look like she's a mother. She looks like, I thought, 18 years old.
Exactly. I don't know what they do, but maybe it has something to do with the retreat that they're really advocating a lot. So let's first welcome this wonderful wellness advocate, Yogini, or co-organizer of the Flow Weekend Retreat, and her name is Denise Gonzales Bernardo.
Hello.
And she's an advocate of naturally healthy lifestyle, and she's you could really, if you can visit our Ustream, you could see that she really radiates an unmistakable that flows from within. and she's going to be here to share with us not only her secrets but also her philosophies. And we want to say hi to our listeners, Denise.
Hello.
Yeah, we can say
Hi everyone. Good afternoon.
Yes.
And you know what? I had a huge challenge really looking for the write-up of our wonderful friend, but I saw a wonderful picture of her earlier. And her name, our other guest, her name is Noel, Hilario, and Denise will be introducing her properly. All I know is that she's an amazing surfer.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Noel is my co-organizer in Flow Retreats, and she's actually the surf guru, the surfer. Yeah, the surf component of the Flow Retreats. She is also a mother of one and an entrepreneur because she has a healthy cafe.
And they also always
And she's
mention
vegetarian.
artist.
Yeah.
Oh, besides
And an artist also, yeah. Actually, all our collaterals, all our designs are made by her.
Don't worry, we're all jack of all
Yes.
trades.
Say hello, Noel.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Noel. Okay, going back to our topic, and I would like you to join in before we go to the main topic of being beautiful, healthy in body, mind, and spirit.
Yes.
Please join us with our topic because everybody's talking about who should we vote for and what kind of leaders are going to have, because there's really a crisis for leadership in our country, it seems, because there are too many people who want to be a president. I mean, just looking at the candidates who want to be a president, 100 plus, I think 139 in the
I
beginning.
think people want many things, you know. Doesn't
Yes.
mean we need to give it to them.
That's true, that's true. But then it shows that maybe everybody has something in mind to do for the betterment of this country. That's why they want to be a president. I mean, except for those people who have a little bit minds different, or a little bit funny things that they have to be. Because there was one I saw there, he was saying, he was a presidential, and he was saying, sir, are you represented by a lawyer? I said, no, I don't have a lawyer. I cannot afford one. I tried to find a lawyer, but they don't want to represent me. So, but he said I have the papers, of course. One thing I like is the Comelec is very respectable.
Yes.
They're very, very nice. They're accommodating, and I must say they were all fair. You know, probably there were too many media around.
Yeah.
But I want to thank them that they're
They're doing a good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right. So we were talking about a leader. What are the things you think a leader should put in mind, or what are her priorities when she becomes a leader? So first was the food production in a long-term security food production. But we go for the next one. Before you say something, it's so happy we have to go for a commercial.
Okay.
Don't go away,
Good, so I
Philippines.
have time to think.
We'll be
Yay.
back for more.
Save the bell.
And what else do they bring in? Even the staple, we are importing already kamote roots,
Oh my.
right? The potato, we're importing that.
Yeah, why can't this be grown here? You know, I'm
Yes.
wondering. Many of these things should be able to be grown here.
But the reason why is probably a lot of lands are already being put to a commercial place, building condominiums and all that, because they make more money than planting.
But outside of Manila, I think there's
They
lots
do
of land
too.
available. You know, if you just drive north to Baguio, you see lots of vast open lands. You know.
And the reason why the farmers are not wanting to be farmers anymore, because there's not much help in the infrastructure, how to transport their goods is a problem.
Plus, if everybody keeps growing the same thing, then it brings the price down. You know, as a farmer, you also got to think logically and commercially smart. You know, if you grow what everybody else grows, let's say everybody grows rice, then of course that brings the price down because it increases competition. But if you grow something that's in demand, but not everybody has, and maybe has to be imported, then you can charge more.
Correct. An example is that if everybody's growing a rice, I will be making organic.
Yeah,
grown rice.
and now that you're
Yeah.
mentioning that, I'm very curious to actually hear how these beautiful ladies here, actually also entrepreneurs, mommy entrepreneurs, actually grow
Exactly.
something that nobody has actually heard before in the Philippines. how did you start, growing these retreats and combining it into this amazing,
Yeah, we cannot even
experience
get
of-
organic white rice. You can only get organic brown rice. You get organic red
Yeah.
rice.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, how Flow organically grew
Yeah.
into what it is today. This year, November, we celebrate our sixth year
Amazing.
being together, doing retreats, and it really just started out of this desire to share our passions. And our passions were really about, being outdoors, being in the beach, bringing our children with us, being away from the city, and not just that, also eating healthier, supporting local produce. And I think that's what makes Flow retreats different from the other retreats out there, is we bring into the picture all of those aspects. It's not just about the activities that we have, but it's a holistic approach to enjoying yourself and living your passions.
And I love the way Noel designed the logo. What was in your mind when you were like, it really like captured it a lot. Like just looking at the logo alone, I want to sign up.
Yeah, so the logo represents the three of us, Denise, Monica, and I, and it represents our passion. So you have the wave.
The passionate trinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's it really speaks very much about us and our personalities, and we wanted it to look like flowy, relaxed. When you see it, you know that we're gonna have like a holistic or wellness weekend.
We were also thinking of when we were coming up with a name, we were like, what can we name this retreat
That combines all three.
all the
Surf,
activities that we
yoga,
do?
and dance.
Yeah, and the word we came up with was flow, because really when you're doing these things, you really have to live in the moment, be present, and go with the flow.
Just go with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't think. Just
Yeah, so we were.
Reminds me of the 70s.
So in the food production, what can you say that the government should focus on?
in
That would be in support of what your advocacy.
Well, I think the government should really support local farmers. I think that, the Philippines, number one, is we are an agricultural country. I mean, of course, now we're booming with social media and, the call centers, all of that. But at the base of that, at the foundation, is we really are a country that has beautiful land and beautiful natural resources, and it's a pity that we actually import a lot of our food, and a lot of us depend on things from groceries that are produced elsewhere, processed, full of preservatives, that we should really go back to the basics and go back to
Talking about preservatives,
healthy
you know that
living.
Facebook and it's going on Twitter and Instagram. There was this guy who said that all this preservative meat or preserved meat in hot dog forms, in
So bad.
salami form,
The-
canned
pan-
foods.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
Yeah,
man.
the
It's
more-
It
not-
tastes good, but it's so bad it can cause cancer.
It's so
because of
bad.
the
it was
nitrite.
in the front page of Inquirer a few
Today
days
too.
ago,
Yeah.
and I think Time magazine also wrote an article
Yes.
about how meat is really
toxic.
yeah.
Toxic,
Yeah.
the preserved meat. Those are the things only to eat like once in a blue moon, like in time of war. When there's nothing more to eat.
And technically, MK, Blue Moon only happened like 4 times, for the past 100
100
What is a blue moon?
What is a blue moon?
Don't ask me, I'm not the Kabbalah astrologer.
Yeah.
So
There actually is a blue moon.
Yes, there is. There is
Some-
a moon. There's a moon that's called the blue moon.
why are we talking about the blue moon?
No, you just mentioned that the hot dog
You
is
just
something
mentioned
you're
blue
supposed to eat once in a blue moon.
Ah,
So
okay.
rare.
So that
I know
already
the blue
happened
moon.
this year, right?
Yeah. So actually, for parents, us being mothers, it's really our responsibility to bring into our homes healthier food. And I wanted to say, you asked a while ago what kind of leader I would suggest the Philippines should have. And one thing that came into my mind was someone that leads through example. Because, becoming a parent, it's there staring at me in my face. I cannot expect my children to learn something or do something if I don't practice it myself.
Yeah, that which you do not have, you
Yeah.
cannot.
Yeah,
give.
you can't give, you can't teach. So really leading by example. So our next president, the next leaders of this country should, lead by example. They
Yeah.
should be the ones who know, get down on their knees, get down and dirty, and do the hard work, and then it will radiate and people will follow.
Yeah, I like that because I'm also pro to health,
Yes.
and my passion is also about
Very nice.
holistic approach to being healthy.
Mhm.
So if I'm given the chance to become a leader, I would like to concentrate on the youth, women, and family
Mhm.
by giving them awareness and education
Mhm.
that health comes from starts from the
From
womb.
the womb,
to
yes,
tomb.
yes.
Okay, and
Womb
then
to tomb, nice.
yes,
Yeah.
Womb to tomb.
yeah, womb to tomb. We have to teach that even the parents before they have to have a child in their
Yes,
womb,
yeah.
they have to be healthy first,
Healthy.
both of them.
Actually, there was
Exactly.
this article I read before, and Christine Northrup, she mentioned that the healthier moms are actually the moms that have babies in their late 20s to 30s, because the teenage moms, of course, yeah, they're so young, but they're the ones that don't sleep early, they don't wake up early,
They eat hot dogs,
they don't
hamburgers.
they don't eat healthy, and then you're carrying a baby. But later on in life, you're in your 30s, you're eating healthier, you're sleeping better, you have this better, your whole energy is just better, you're healthier, and then you carry a baby.
Yeah, always.
Thanks for saying that. That made my day.
So yeah,
There's
all
a hope.
all the moms out there that are having babies in their 30s, go, They say there's no, even 40s, if you're pregnant at your 40s, you're actually
Mm.
healthy.
I was pregnant when I
yeah.
was 38,
Yeah,
but I was so healthy.
good.
At that time I was exercising every
Yeah.
day, 5 times a week. I was
Wow.
taking the right food, the right vitamins,
Yeah.
But there again, isn't it really parents to be who
Mhm.
wants to have children, you better make sure that you father and mother are
Yes.
very healthy before you give or you have a baby,
Yeah.
because poor kids or poor children will inherit your sickness
Yes.
or your illness.
And your bad eating habits.
Yes, right?
All your all the junk food that you eat, all the bad
Because,
stuff
They
that you
say all the malformations of the baby are caused by the malnutrition of the mother.
Of the mother.
Yes,
Wow.
it starts from the mother,
Yeah.
the maker.
See, like,
yeah.
from the
The-
makers.
The makers.
Speaking of habits, I noticed that whenever you do all your retreats, you always bring your children with you. Is that part of also transferring to them the habits of those who are attending?
Because we love the outdoors and we love spending time in the beach or in nature, and we want our kids to experience that. Nowadays, kids are always in front of the computer, they have their iPads and
Gadgets.
iPhone gadgets and electronics, and you're in the city, there's not a lot of open space and trees, so it's important for kids to experience.
Because life
life
is a
is-
school itself. You don't need
Yeah.
to be in the confines of a classroom to learn. In one of our retreats last year, Noel brought her son, 7-year-old Kai, with her for 1 month. They spent 1 month in Bali.
That's true.
That's true. So 1 month away from school, but he learned so much. He was eating the food. He was speaking the language. Yeah.
He met the locals.
Yeah, so part of teaching our children is really taking them with
Taking
us.
them outside.
No, it's really by example.
Yeah.
Monkey see, monkey do.
And how much of what we learn in school, grammar school, high school,
Do we actually apply?
much less remember, right?
Yeah. And of course, a leader should really provide us good food. I mean, most of the food that we buy from the supermarkets are already 4 days old or 8 days old. And worse, they come from other countries.
pesticides.
They're already a month old.
Mhm.
So can you just imagine all those ethyls and all those preservatives that they put in there, which is bad for the health.
Yeah.
So if we go back to the topic we're saying, food production, our own food production
Yes.
is really very important,
Yes.
and to teach them not to do the GMO, the
Of course.
genetically modified products. Because somebody already died of that, proven that somebody died of
In
that
Spain.
GMO
In Spain.
in Spain.
Yeah, they
So-
had a tomato that they injected the genes from fish.
Ah.
And the guy was allergic to fish, and they couldn't figure out why he had an allergic reaction until after he died, And so they withdrew 7,000 tons of tomatoes from the Spanish market. 7,000 tons. And if I was a farmer, I'd be upset.
Yeah.
That that they make me grow this stuff and then I cannot even sell it.
Yeah.
It's a swimming tomato.
Oh, they can just use it
Tomato
for
with
the...
fins, right?
Yeah.
And
Tomato with scales.
So anyway, anything that you alter, when you alter nature, there will always be
Yeah.
a consequence.
Yeah.
So I think maybe you promote organically produced products. And you know what? There was a guest, the one from Tagaytay. What's her name again? I wish that another form of earning is save all your food pills
And make compost.
and sell it as a decompost.
Yes.
Or people, because like this, I was telling her, you should advertise that you go and buy to all the villages. They just put it and you go and pick it up.
Yeah.
And then you get money for it. It's just like in Europe, I mean, they don't sell their decompost, they do it in their own. But like cans, paper and everything has a price. So you look forward to go to the supermarket and put them in the ATM slot machine and then money comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then there will be no waste.
Zero
right?
waste.
And then even these basureros can have extra money because they get paid to deliver it to the farmers who wants this organic compost. They just put it on one side, and then the one that's recyclable, they can sell it to the recycling companies, right?
But I already see them, those basureros. I see them quite busy on top of the trucks, sorting things
Sorting,
out.
And that's why sometimes I'm very angry at our mates because I said, give the fellow lesser job,
Yeah.
Put already
All the wet, the dry,
the organic and the non-organic.
Yeah.
So they do, because I see them, it's so pity.
They mix everything.
And there are times when there are some sharp objects in there, and poor guys, because they don't know, right? For people think that when you, never mind, it's not my job. God, the Creator is watching you. What you do unto others will happen to you. So if you have a good desire to help others, even in just throwing it properly in the proper place or sorting out your garbage, is really a good help to the people whose job is to collect your garbage. Right?
Denise, I'm very curious, it's very difficult in the city to actually experience nature, right? And yet you seem to have a good knack of, locating these amazing places. I only see them in your, in your blog spot.
Yeah.
How do they come to you? Do you look for them or do they look for you? They
Well,
find you?
I guess the good thing is that we're three, and we all three love being outdoors. So we're always looking for different places.
So do you start with food?
Well, how do the resorts come to us? I guess because we have, the same ideals and the same values, and the people that own these other resorts also have that. So we sort of gravitate towards each other.
The resorts where?
Around the country.
Anyway, people might be wondering why we have a halo talk today, because I wanted to start after 45 minutes, the main topic for this, but we've been already mixing.
Yes.
So, but to conclude from our what kind of priorities should the leaders do is you're agreeable for the food production.
Yes.
They should be aware of the agricultural problems and support the farmers. And the second one is how the farmers going to transport, so the infrastructure of transporting all the things, right?
Yeah.
And anything more you can suggest
I
before we go to your subject?
I just actually saw a billboard last night on my way home, and it really struck me. It was a billboard of an old lady in a farm, and the tagline said, "The average age of our farmers is 65. So who will feed our children in the next 10 years?"
Oh, wow.
So it really, struck me because what they were advertising were farm plots where people have to, you buy a farm plot, you build your home there, and you grow your own produce. And, I think that if we really advocate that and promote that eventually we're growing the basic food that we need, and that, then we can come into sharing, you exchange with your neighbors, exchange with your friends. What fruits, what vegetables do you have today? I'll give you what I have. And, and that will really help the country
Yeah,
grow.
the bahay kubo concept before,
Yes,
right? Bahay, even it's a small, kahit munti, but you have the different vegetables around you. How do you think about vertical gardening, Bjorn?
That reminds me, there's a restaurant on on Jupiter called Misono, and they grow their own salad, lettuce, in a vertical garden, like on the wall, right? You can sit there at Misono and have your salad, and you can see the lettuce growing right on the other side of the window. It's really fantastic.
That's so nice,
so you
right?
know,
and herbs and all that.
it doesn't get any fresher than that, you know? And there's probably nothing sprayed on it, there's probably no fertilizer being used, it's just really natural stuff.
But where's the sunshine coming in there? Is it
Well,
by the...
it's an
I
open
think it's
area.
outdoor, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's outdoor,
nice.
yeah.
So anyway, yeah, vertical gardening should be done. I've seen one in Makati, where when you go through their place, it's like, how do you call this? Canopy
Yeah.
of vegetables that you can eat, like kamote tops, which is very healthy, growing in there in those Coca-Cola bottles.
Yes.
You know, so I've seen that. And what else have you seen? What kind of pet chai?
Yes.
See, we should promote that
Herbs.
one.
Yeah.
Again, vertical gardening for the city.
And urban gardening. So you know you don't need people make it. Actually, I'm guilty of that because I've been wanting to start composting at home, and I'm always coming up with excuses. I don't know how to do it, blah, blah, whatever. But I should really
That's my
look into
problem
that
too.
because I have a small little plot in front of my house, like a flower bed. And I want to start composting there. And we're actually growing a little produce. We have okra and papaya. Well, just yeah, I just started. So I have some okra, I have some ampalaya and papaya.
And
some
onion.
onion.
Yeah, spring onions
yeah.
easy to grow, and those herbs.
Yes.
And if you think about it, even if you have a window, you can put plants outside the window. In Europe, they have hanging gardens, you know, like on balconies and on windows. They're like long rectangular pots, right? And you can plant flowers there, but you can also plant vegetables there if you wanted to,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, you can have your own little garden, and it's perfectly organic, except for maybe the air pollution.
That's
Which
good.
is an issue here
Yeah.
in Manila.
Okay, to
right?
end our earlier topic, so I think, don't you agree that for basic utilities and services like electricity, we should go already for solar?
Yes.
So there's no manipulation of paying more because this company says, hey, we are this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Solar is growing really fast.
And
actually,
wind
because
generated
Yeah. They say solar,
energy. In Ilocos, they already have the
so
windmills.
solar is paid off actually within 5 years. It's
When the lights are
advertised
green,
already.
Yeah, and in Ilocos, we also have the hydro geothermal energy. So those leaders should really consider to really go onto that
Sustainable living.
Yes, you know. But I think they're starting to do it, and hopefully they will. So lastly, so healthcare and services. I hope that it's not only the rich and privileged that could afford to go to hospitals like St. Luke's
Yes,
and
definitely.
Makati Med. So they should already decentralize healthcare services, modernize
everyone.
healthcare services in Davao and all those big cities, right? Instead of coming here.
Yes.
And then of course the decongestion will make people stay in their places when they will build universities, hospitals, self-sustained cities like Manila. Right? You agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then for peace and order, I think when you are able to already give the very basic needs like agriculture, a lot of food, and if there's a lot of food, it's cheap, everybody can afford it. So then the people in the lesser earning capabilities will be happy.
Yes.
And then if you're able to meet all their basic needs, health,
Then they will
food,
be peaceful.
basic, they'll be more peaceful, right? So that's natural. I mean, why would you kill for food when there's already food?
If it's
and-
being provided.
yeah, so I hope that the next president will really take care of the very, very basic what the country needs, which is the food, agriculture, health, infrastructure, transportation, and then naturally peace and order will follow. All right, now to our next topic, which is being beautiful in body, mind, and spirit. So
Yeah.
Denise and Noel will talk. I have a question on that topic.
Okay.
Why Zumba music, the fast music of
Salsa.
Spain, salsa, and also the Arabic? Does it come into your bone? When I listen to this, I don't know. Have you ever listened to this music? Listen to them long
Only the
enough.
music that I
Listen to them long enough, and you start.
You can't help but
Feel it,
move.
yeah, and move.
I think you know it dates back to our ancestors and music in the tribes. And if you look at Brazilian music, Brazilian music has its roots in African Cuban music. So even here in the Philippines, it's all those drum beats and the
Yes, that's what I was saying.
And
What, is it because of this percussion
yes, that
beating?
really, connects to us on a spiritual level.
Is it because of our heartbeat also?
Yeah, the
Maybe
heartbeat,
it's
the
coincidental. Rhythm.
And even like, my sons, the whole time I was pregnant with them, I was drumming. So when I had my children, it was sort of innate in them, in the stomach pa lang, they could hear my heart beating, they could feel me, they could hear me breathing and drumming at the same time. So when they came out, they're natural drummers, natural percussionists.
Oh, I had my daughter, how do you call this? When you're still developing the baby,
Yeah.
when you're conceiving.
Yes.
I was dancing all the time. That's
Yeah.
why my daughter dances well, Latina
Oh,
dance.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's true what you say.
But it really, that kind of music really speaks to us on a different level. So
But this kind of music,
it
how about the
comes
classic?
from
How about
the
the jazz? I
inside.
mean, how about the classic music? I mean, are you supposed to let the baby listen to everything? But I think the happy music of
Yeah.
samba and
Yeah.
Latino music or salsa music or Arabian music, I think kids like happy.
yeah. And also, it's
vibrating
also
sound.
very Filipino. It's similar to how we are as Filipinos. We love the Filipinos. We love family. We love being around people. We love festivities. We love parties.
Yeah.
So that
We
kind
love
of
dancing.
that kind of music, it communicates to us that
But hold
We like
on.
parties too.
yeah.
But hold on, I asked my brother a while ago, I said, why is it that when you listen to Latino, samba, and Arabian, that you automatically move? And he said, yeah, because these are the type of people who are very passionate.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
these are the people who would like to express themselves from the deepest of
Yeah.
their passion. And again, from the Arab side, they're not allowed to show you, but they can express to the dance,
Yes.
and they would already speaks of what your desire is. They said all the kings, there were times when a dancer, a beautiful dancer dances very well. He used to make it the wife, right? In the biblical
Yeah.
stories,
Yes,
yeah? And so they said that this music is really imbibing an invitation of, is it love, emotion?
It's passionate living, I think. It allows you to, get rid of your inhibitions
I think
and
Lauren
let
agrees a
go.
lot with that one.
Which one?
Yeah,
Passionate living.
Yeah, let go of your inhibitions and, just sometimes we're so, what do you call that, so conservative, so, we box ourselves and don't want to move because if we move, you'll be labeled as, malande or something. But, it's about just allowing and learning how to
But
accept.
Filipino culture, look at the dance. That the pandangon sa ilaw, it's just like, and then my brother said, look at our Filipino culture dancing. It's about, oh come on, don't
Yeah.
come. I like it, but don't
Yeah,
come.
yeah.
And it's something like, don't do this. They're saying,
Yeah,
please, I'm so shy, don't come.
conservative.
See, look at all the dances, the expression of dancing.
Yeah.
And so my brother said, see, but then the samba,
The Latin
Latino people
is-
are very expressive.
Letting
They're not
it go,
afraid
yeah.
to show their emotion and feelings. Diba? That's why they
Yes.
said, I don't know, they said the best lover, I didn't say husband.
Love everyone. That's the part.
They love everyone.
They love everyone. That's the dangerous part.
Okay, so how did you come to why samba? Why not Egyptian dancing?
Well, I fell in love with samba through because of my husband now. He was my boyfriend at the time.
Is Latino?
No, he's Filipino, but his mother and his sister. His mother actually was a lounge singer when she was younger. She used to sing with Pelita Corrales
Oh,
and
wow.
sing salsa and bossa nova. So he grew up with a lot of that music, and then later on, his older sister started the first samba school here in the Philippines, and we were part of
There's
that
a
school.
samba school here?
Yes, it's called Imperatriz Filipinense.
That's a percussion
Yes,
samba.
it's a percussion, all percussion group, and we play samba batucada. So similar to what you have in Brazil during the Carnaval, on February they celebrate.
Yeah.
It's like the New Year of Brazil. So we have that also here. There's a growing community in the Philippines.
And what is that in
Filipinas.
Brazilipinas, yeah.
But how?
Brazilian.
Where is it done?
It's usually held here in Makati, in Rockwell.
Oh, and they do the
On February, yeah.
where
All,
in one of
in the tent, all the Brazilian Filipino people are there.
The
So there's
Brazilian community. And,
Yeah.
And
Do you have a
Manila.
Brazilian blood?
I don't, but maybe in my past life I was Brazilian, yeah. Or in my future life, yeah.
Okay.
You will be Brazilian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Latino
Yeah,
music.
man.
So, and they found out Latino is very good for the health when you move a lot.
Yes. We need movement in our lives. We need to sweat. Number one, exercise is super important. So that's why when we started flow retreats, the people that we wanted to influence or infect with our advocacy were the people that were stuck in offices, that really wanted to go out there and wanted to be in the beaches but couldn't do it because number one, they didn't have the time to do it, they didn't have people to go with them, they didn't have friends to go with them. So it was really about bringing a group together and taking them and learning, 3 or 4 different activities in a weekend. So it was,
By the sea.
yes, by the sea, outdoors.
Is that expensive? Like they join you?
No,
No,
actually,
I saw their rates. It's
Yeah.
very,
it's very affordable.
Talking about,
and for
like,
what
how
you
much?
get, it's actually very affordable because we.
What is affordable?
we
Well, our package rates range from 7 to 10,000.
And it already includes the
How many
food
days?
That's for 3
Usually
days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Hotel accommodation
Yes.
and food?
Yes.
and activities too.
Yeah, and activities, and then you get a goodie bag with all of the freebies from the sponsors.
Like what freebies?
We usually give different items,
Like
health
vitamins, health
yeah,
supplements.
health supplements, healthy chocolate. There's a
Or
T-shirt,
anything
a bag,
that they need, like
sunblock, insect repellent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So these are all sponsored?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're all local brands that we support and advocate as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was so nice because when we first started doing this, people were saying that I wanted to try yoga, but I never did it. I never made myself go to a class. I've always wanted to try surfing, but I was always too scared. I always wanted to try dance, but I'm always so shy to go to a bar and learn and dance in front of people.
So-
But now I went and I learned 3 things, and I'm checking these 3 things out of my bucket list, and I all did it in 3 days.
And then, going back to the surf, I was asking Vicky, is this the hugging surfing or is the standing surfing? The Hawaii
Where you're
surfing.
standing on your surfboard.
Yes,
Yes.
you're standing on your surfboard. What do you teach?
We
Hugging
offer
first?
surfing on a surfboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, hugging
First-
standing.
First, you're lying down.
I thought you.
Do you mean body surf? Hugging?
Yeah.
First,
No,
you're lying down. You have to
yeah.
catch the wave, and
You have
then
to
you stand up
Then
and you
ride-
balance and ride the
ride
wave on your board.
Oh wow.
Have you tried? Never
I
too late.
tried once. I could not stand on it.
Never too late.
You can always try it.
Yeah, we have to.
I think people will just come join and they just pay you in the front.
Yes.
No, right?
Yeah.
So
we
you just-
actually do that. We also offer corporate
But
packages.
more often, please.
Yes, we also offer corporate packages where we go to the offices and teach. Inside the offices, we have yoga classes. We teach them how to make green smoothies. These are for corporate clients that want to share the holistic and healthy lifestyle with their
Okay.
employees.
I will ask one of our churches because we have a big cultural area. How about I ask my brother if you can teach them because they can have the whole Makati.
Yeah.
Go there on weekdays.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think
We can
perfect.
talk
Maybe
about
2 to
it.
3 times. You can just do that and then just let them pay at minimal fee
Yeah.
because you don't have to pay any more for the place.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, we can talk about that. That would
Yeah.
be good. Yeah, because
Then I would come.
yeah, we always
it's
want
near my
to spread
place.
the healthy living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's one also in Rockwell, right? What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Is this 3-day flow
But this one
program?
is the flow in the city is just 1 day of activities,
One
and
day.
it's going to be in Aruga. in Rockwell.
It's a build. It's a room.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a function
function
room.
room. Yeah.
So it's while there are workshops, there will also be a health and wellness fair. So
Which
everything-
building is Aroga in Rockwell?
It's in Edades. It's behind the power plant mall, so it's closer to JP Rizal.
At
Yeah.
the back.
Yes, it's one of the newer developments on that side.
Okay.
So they have a beautiful function room on the 3rd floor, and they're so nice to lend it to us for November 14th.
So is this gonna be like dancing Zumba?
It's a full day event. So throughout the day there'll be workshops happening.
What is the workshop about?
There's a lot. There's
Yeah,
yoga
there's
classes.
there are yoga classes, there's yoga for kids, and then we also have workshops on how to use essential oils and massage or healing. We have sound healing sessions.
Hey, can we buy the sun healing?
Yes, come
Yeah,
on.
you should come.
Yeah.
Can I just
It's-
buy now?
You
Yeah,
can just
I
go.
wanna go, I wanna go.
You can come. We have a guy who's gonna be doing it. He's
I like those alpha brainwaves.
Yes, and
Thank
we
you.
also have
To
a
develop more of your creativeness, you know, Bjorn.
Mm.
I'd like to buy those. You have those? Or you just
Oh,
have the relaxing?
No, just there will be
It's called
someone who's
meditation.
leading the workshop. He's going to play a didgeridoo. It's the Australian, native
yeah, and a hand
Australian.
drum also.
Yeah, and then it's a session, so you're
So
lying
you
down,
relax,
you're
listen,
relaxing.
let the music heal you. And if you're called to dance, that's where the free dance comes in. If you're called to dance, you just start moving. And usually, you know, if let's say if you have an ache in your neck, you'll notice that you'll start twirling your neck and moving it, because all you really need is
But neck
movement,
right?
movement to let go.
But relax.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Because
So if I have a
sometimes, you
stiff
know-
neck, Bjorn, if you have a stiff neck, one of these days, all you have to do is move. But you have to get the samba music. Or it depends on the music that would heal you. So these
Yes,
are the type
yeah.
of music. Like if you have pain, then you just do the
Yeah.
free movement, it will heal your neck.
Mhm.
And they'll
Because
teach you how to do that
usually we're
movement for the
so
neck.
we're so uptight, you know, it's traffic, it's noisy, it's polluted, it's so stressful.
It's so toxic.
Yeah, so toxic. We're stuck in front of the computer like that the whole day. We go home, we just lie down, you know, and then you wonder why you wake up with a stiff neck the next day.
Ah, that's
you really
why.
need to move your joints. They do some things also where Monica teaches that in her yoga classes. It's the 8 circles. So in the morning, you know, it's something that we can do even if we don't go to a yoga class. We can circle all our eight joints. So make circles with every
wrists, elbows.
section in your body to just get the blood moving and the blood flowing. Because calcification, you know, people start getting stiff joints. It
Yeah,
happens when you don't move it. If you
Yeah.
don't, you lose it if you don't use it. You know?
Yeah, we don't
It's
use
Yeah.
it.
in a rust.
Yeah.
So how about that vigorous shaking, you know? Like when I do my computer,
Yeah. you
every
shake
20
it.
minutes I get up and then I shake everything and then I shake. Is that
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And it's
Even
a good break
trampoline.
from in front. It's a good break from staring in front of your computer.
Because they said every 20 minutes, Bjorn, you're supposed
Yes.
to get out of your computer and do your 8 movements and I do your...
I read something about that also.
Yeah.
You have every 15 or
Shake.
20
Yes, you shake
move away,
and move away, right?
look somewhere else.
Yes. For healthier living.
Yeah. Good.
Uh,
So keep moving. Yeah.
Do we have 10 minutes more? You mean you are living? Or?
You have to go in
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you like to tell the people why they should join your flow?
Well, we want to invite everyone, you know, come celebrate with us. Flow is turning 6 years this November, and we'd like to celebrate by doing Flow in the City on November 14 at Aruga, the 3rd floor function room of Edades Tower in Rockwell.
Edades.
Yeah, so please come and join us. It will be a full day of activities, and we also have a bazaar with.
Do they have to pay?
For the workshops, is 3 workshops for 880 pesos.
And
Oh,
what are
so
these
cheap.
3 workshops?
Yes.
3 workshop of
3
yoga.
workshops. You can choose which workshops you want to join. So we have a list. It's in our website www.flowretreats.blogspot.com. So they can register.
Flow retreats at
dot blogspot.
blogspot.com.
They can register.
Yeah.
But the health the bazaar is free, so they can just go in.
Yeah. And your number?
Or no? Oh,
For those who are interested for this flow retreat,
Well, they can
drop
just
down
email us. It's
Yeah.
flowretreats@gmail.com.
flowretreat@gmail.com.
Retreats@gmail.com.
With S.
Yes, and Instagram is also
Retreats.
Flow Retreats. Yeah.
Instagram, flow retreats with
Yes.
an S.
We're super active on Instagram, Facebook, and
So
online.
you're also on Facebook,
Yes.
Flow Retreat.
Yes, Flow Retreats.
They just put on Facebook, Flow Retreat.
On Facebook,
Retreats.
it's Flow Surf Yoga Samba.
Flow.
Flow Surf Yoga Samba.
Flow surf as in SURF.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Not computer surfing, right?
No. We do enough
Oh,
of
you
that
can-
on the weekdays.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to say goodbye to them?
Yeah, I would just like to say goodbye. Thank you so much for
And
having
thank
us.
you for
and
having
thank you
us.
for
Thanks
inviting
for
us.
listening.
Yeah, and we hope to see you on November 14 at Aruga, the 3rd floor.
It starts what time?
It's gonna start at 10 a.m. all the way till 8 p.m. So you can check our website for all the details. But if you can't join us then, we will also be going to Balair on November 28 to 30 for a 3-day retreat.
Okay,
So you gotta join us, Vicky. I know you've been wanting to join us. It's a super family-friendly event. You can bring your children, no matter how small or big they are. And if you want to get away from the city, it's the perfect time to do so. because
Husbands
it's a
are
long-
welcome, right?
Husbands are welcome.
How about dogs?
Boyfriend.
Dogs also.
Dogs,
Yeah. So we'll see you there. Just keep in touch with us. flowretreats.blogspot.com.
Okay, I wish I prepared some samba music.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, thank you.
Thank you
You
so
have to
much.
leave, right?
Maybe we can do a dance demo on the way out.
Oh, yes.
For the camera.
Yes.
Okay, so that's being beautiful with RPM Revolutions per minute, being beautiful in body, mind, and spirit by joining Flow. You know, doing samba, yoga, and surfing at the same time.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
welcome. Yeah, how
Hold the book. Hold the book.
Ah, what a pity. We wanted to take a picture of you, but you have to be in a hurry. We'll be done in 10 minutes. Do you have to go?
We can take a picture.
No, in 10 minutes.
I have to
you
go. Sorry. Noel, can you stay? Noel can stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
See you.
Thank you.
Really? You think me?
I thought you were ready.
Yeah. Wait.
But we can have it if you want.
No, I don't have money now. But
Okay,
yeah.
then let's take it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, see you around, Denise.
Thank
Hope
you.
to
I
see
hope
you.
to see you come by. It will be a full day of fun.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay, so
Bye.
Noel, so do you do this for children too?
Flow.
Yeah.
Well, Flow is very kid friendly. So we mentioned that we always bring our kids to our retreat. So yes, it's very kid friendly. We've had kids who join the yoga and even surf and samba. Like all the activities are also
So you
kids
allow
can
the
enjoy.
yayas and children can
Yes, everyone.
Yes.
Families, we encourage families
Yayas in
and
the flow.
couples.
The flowing yayas.
Okay.
The surfing yayas.
But usually we don't bring our yayas because it's also our way of bonding with the kids.
Oh, that's good. But sometimes you want to really relax.
Depends. Oh,
It depends. If you have
yeah.
5 kids, you need a yaya.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Anyway,
Or if you have a baby.
Tell us about more. How did you come into this business? Is it a passion?
So Monica, Denise, and I, one time, it just happened so spontaneous. We were in Monica's house and we were talking about how each of us wanted to try surfing and yoga and samba, dancing, and it just came up. Oh, why don't we create an event that combines all three?
Because this is your passion.
And yeah, because
Healthy living, like being healthy, what to eat, and then
surfing,
movement,
yoga.
surfing. You should really surf. You're the one that teaches surfing.
I don't teach, but I just I surf, but I don't teach. So
Who
I
teaches
just
surfing?
usually we partner with surf schools in
There are
resorts.
surf schools.
Yes.
I know in Boracay they have plenty, so there
Yeah.
are surf
So,
schools in Manila.
Yes, in Manila there's one in CME, Club Manila East. But also in the surf spots like La Union Balear, Zambales,
They have normally, yeah.
yes, because people always go there to try surfing. So there are a lot of surf schools.
Is Ilocos Norte good for surfing too?
Yes, La Union is
No,
where
La
we
Union
do.
is
Ilocos Norte in Pagudpud, there is
Yeah,
a surf spot.
Pagudpud, there is.
Yes.
It's not dangerous in Pagudpud because I've heard that the water there goes so deep so fast.
It really depends on the condition, on the swell condition. So if the waves are very mellow and soft, anywhere like it's fine. Like you can.
The
It's
Pagudpud is good.
It's good for beginners.
That's good. So
Of course, if the waves are overhead and big and barreling, then
yeah,
that's
normally
for the
December
pro
to February
surfers.
is very dangerous. It's so strong.
It depends. It depends on the conditions.
So you go around the country.
Yes, we do flow around the country. We've done it in Cebu, Palawan, Bohol.
That's interesting.
And last year last year and this year we went to Bali
Wow.
and Thailand because we always want traveling is also our passion. So that's one component that we want to put in.
And you have members?
Well, we have people who join us regularly.
So then they probably network with other people. Say, hey, you want to go to Bali? Let's do another one. So that's how you get the group to go there. Maybe.
Yes, we announce it usually online.
And,
Facebook, Instagram,
and you have
and
those
our
followers.
and our
right?
followers. So they look forward to the different retreats that we have, to different venues, locations, because we always go to different places.
What would you suggest would be a beach that's really friendly for children?
Yeah, because the waves are not too high and it goes kind of
Yes.
shallow into the water.
Boracay, of course.
Yeah,
Well,
and then
yeah,
you need to
Boracay
fly
is
all
always-
out, right?
Too expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, talking about that, it's kind of lucrative to be in your flow. 10,000 here, 8,000 there, go to Baler, to the nearest.
Well, it is the
Uh,
experience
beach.
that you get also from it, and you really learn a lot. People.
So this is more for the executive who can afford, right?
No. People who join us are usually career women.
That's what I mean, executive level,
No,
middle.
not always. Even under early 20s, they join. 20s to 30s.
Yeah, the ones who
and
can
they-
afford.
Yeah. Well, we get a lot of different people who join the flow.
Yeah,
So
well, I
it's
wish you
not
could have
only
more
for-
teachers on the floor to be teaching on all those parks, right?
So is this like a secret tip for the single guys to attend?
That's what they say.
Oh, okay. So guys, are you listening?
But it's it's for everyone. We encourage everyone, families, couples, men, women, kids.
So it's 10,000 per person.
It depends on the location.
Yeah.
and
Or is it
where.
10,000 for my whole 6-person family?
Yeah.
For Baler?
Usually it's a per person.
Per person.
Where in Baler are you gonna go?
It's called Kahanamoku Inn. It's
Is it?
15
Do they
Sounds
have
Hawaiian.
Yes,
it's a Hawaiian. It's a Hawaiian
sorry.
resort name, but
Yeah.
it's from Baler. They're in Baler.
I've never been to Baler. Do they have a nice beach there?
Yes, the beach is very wide and it's
Nice.
It's
Oh,
big.
that's
It's a
nice.
nice beach.
And also here in Batangas, there
There are a lot
some
of
now.
different beaches.
Yeah.
There.
Isn't it? In Batangas, they have now made the man-made white beaches.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have 3 minutes. In a nutshell, anything you would like to say, Bjorn?
I'm good. I'm inspired to hear that there is a healthy movement happening and more in the Philippines. When I first got here, it wasn't very strong, but it seems to be growing, and I'm always very happy about that.
And-
People
and-
focus
nice.
more on health. You know?
Health and wellness.
What's your
Health and
Vicky?
wellness.
Yeah, but thanks for keeping this alive for the past 6 years. It's very rare to actually have people, in community who really, pursue their passion and make people, see that, hey, it can happen. It's possible.
And because we see the effect that we have on our participants or on people who join us, usually because we usually teach them how to make green smoothies or do yoga. Like after the retreats, we see them, they do yoga teacher training, and they make their own green smoothies or they create their own healthy meals, and then they post it on Instagram
And you
tag
learn from
us.
each other.
Yeah,
So it becomes like an association and club.
yeah, so we see that you know, we have this positive influence and that keeps us going.
That's a great advocacy, actually. It's something you're doing what you're passionate about, which is your health and the movement for your physicality, health of your physical attributes or
Yeah,
parts.
so it's very holistic. It's not you have the movement and the food and being surrounded by nature. Those are all components on, you know.
And then what are the good things that you've heard from people who have joined you?
Well, they really
They're
learn a lot.
healthier?
They're healthier, and it really opens them up to, you know, how to be healthy, how to keep healthy, and that healthy food doesn't need to be boring or bland, or a healthy lifestyle doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't have to be boring or. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be healthy. We're not missing out.
Can you sell those music CDs so they can use it at home?
Oh, yeah. Well, we have the gigs, the samba gigs. So we usually invite our participants to go to the gigs and then.
No, the CD.
The CD. Oh, we don't have CDs.
So
But-
is it a live?
Yeah, it's live.
Ah,
Or
okay,
yeah,
music is
sometimes
live.
if we don't have the live music, we'll have our iPods and then just a speaker.
Ah,
But
okay.
usually we just share it. We don't sell. We share the music.
Yeah. So and then a percussionist will go with the music in the
Yes.
iPod, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Alright. Okay, it's already our time. Thank you so
Thank you
much for
for
being
having us.
here and sharing us about the flow
Low retreat.
flow retreat programs, and I hope more and more people will join you because
Thank
samba music really makes you dance, and the more you have, especially if you're among friends, and you become so relaxed. All right, thank you so much,
Thank
Noel.
you. Thank you.
And
All the best to
very
you
much.
guys.
all the best, right? And to all of our listeners out there, thank you for tuning in.